What's the question?
The long question. Just the off-season workouts that we've heard about with you coming up here and get Steph there and the young guys. Just like why did you think they were important, and what did you get out of them?
Believe it or not, it's not my first time being traded on another team, so it's part of it. With anything, if you change jobs or anything, going to a new environment, you want to be around the guys. It's the only way you get a chance to know each other. And so it was cool. We got a chance to hoop, spend time together, and we still got a lot of work to do. But I hate it for anybody who show up to media day and say what up for the first time and not know nobody. And make it tough on you.
CJ Holmes, San Francisco Chronicle. Hope you're doing well, Chris.
You too.
So, back during Summer League, you held the Warriors jersey in your hand. You said you never thought you'd see the day. Now that you've gone through media day, actually got the uniform on, have had workouts this summer with your new teammates, how's this transition been for you, coming to this organization?
It's going. It's going. It's been going really well. First time I actually put the uniform on was for my new State Farm commercials. But it's a transition with anything. Just even media day when you saying Dub Nation here and there. Has not been a sound I didn't like to hear for the past I don't know how many years. But I think getting here, seriously communicating with Raymond, getting to know E and all the different people that work here with the team, it makes it a lot more personable, you know what I mean? So it's not like I'm just walking past Raymond before the games or whatnot, just sort of side-eyeing each other. You get to know everybody here on a more personal experience, and I think that's been really cool.
Yeah, Anthony Sater with The Athletic. How are you?
Yep.
You obviously, I assume, probably know that the starting lineup question is coming.
No.
What is, I guess you're just, how much does that matter to you?
For me, I actually had an opportunity in '08 to come off the bench for the Olympic team, you know what I mean? And that went pretty well. And I think anybody who knows me knows that I'm all about winning. You know what I mean? Whatever I can do to help our team win. So I know coaching us, we're going to talk about it and see what it looks like. We've been hooping all summer, and I think, for the season, it's going to be whatever to help our team win. And I think I've at least tried to show or proven that my entire career. So, yeah.
Chris Dalton Johnson with NBC Sports Bay Area. Steve and Mike have made it so clear what a big signing Dario Saric was. You guys have history together. Why is he so important to this team, and why is he such a good combination with you as well?
And Dario, just a great dude, great teammate. He was a big part of our Phoenix team until he got injured. And I think we got a lot of guys on our team who sort of play with a chip on their shoulder or something to prove. And Dario just when I knew I was coming here and I talked to Mike about the opportunity to play with Dario here, some guys just fit a team really well. And I think with the way that we want to play, Dario fits that.
Yes, Kendra Andrews, ESPN. It's good to see you. You were just speaking a little bit ago about how you never thought this day, you have to say go Warriors, all these things. When Draymond was in here, he spoke for about 5 minutes on just the evolution of your guys' relationship. So from your perspective and point of view, how do you describe the evolution of your relationship with Draymond and Steph, Clay, Steve, all these guys here?
I mean, it's been a lot. Even with Dre, we been the craziest competitors against each other for a long time. And there's a lot of things said here and there. I tend to deal with things a lot more privately. So we talked, went to lunch, had a great conversation, all these different things. But also with all the different guys, Steph, Clay. I mean, I told you Clay then guarded me for years. We was playing pickup the other day, and he guarded me, and I looked at, I said, we don't do this no more. And so it's funny, man. Life is crazy. Willie Green, who's like a brother to me, actually became an assistant coach years ago here, and it kind of changed the dynamics of our relationship for a little while. You know what I mean? But it's funny how life happens. But everyone here, all the guys, Steve, everybody has been great, and we are all trying to build.
Hey, Chris. Colin Ward, Henninger, CBS Sports. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Everyone kind of talks about you as the elder statesman and with all this experience and how much they can learn from you. What do you think you can learn from the guys that you on this team?
A lot. I think that's what's been cool. I know, when you come in the league, you hope to play with one team your whole career. It's only been a few guys that's ever got the opportunity to do that. And I was hoping I would do that with New Orleans, but actually really cool part of my career is the fact that I've played with other teams and other great players. So I've been able to learn how to do things not just a certain way. I've had the opportunity to play with Blake Griffin, play with David West, play with James Harden, Shea, and then I got a chance to play with Devin the last few years. So being here with this great group of talent, me and Steph was in the gym together last night, and it's just fun when you're working out with guys because you think you know things, so even with JK and even some of the younger guys, you can always learn in this league, and that's what brings the excitement, and that's what makes it fun.
Hi, Chris. Janie McCauley from AP. Good to see you again.
Yes, man, you too.
Yeah, thanks. Along those lines, I mean, the Warriors have been in your path in recent seasons.
You sure?
But what have been your observations about how this group operated? And when guys went down, whether it was Draymond or Steph or Clay for a couple of years, what they were able to do, and sort of your observations from the outside looking in and now being part of it.
It's funny, even though it's 30 teams in this league is pretty small. So just the way this league works, you always know somebody in the locker room, a coach, someone close to every organization in the league, especially if you've been around as long as I have. But you never know until you get inside, and you get inside that locker room and you see what it's like. And, you come around and you see the different people that help on a daily basis, and you get to know the guys and you understand why they won, and everybody plays a role. It's funny, Dre is always sort of this villain. He was damn sure one when I was on another team, but you get a chance to be around the team and you see what he means to this team, what he means to this organization, and everybody, plays their part. And that's why team sports and teams works, because, got a friend of mine, Killer Mike, who always says when everybody does a little, no one has to do a lot. And, that's what I hope to bring to this team.
Hi, Chris. Joe Fonzie from KTVU. In addition to Draymond talking about the high-profile matchups that you guys have had that were so competitive, he also said that you're a big influence on the younger players. Is that something that you consciously do? And if so, how can you help them with your years of experience?
It's not like I come in here and say, yo, what the young guys doing every day? It's just, from my life, I've always been vertically challenged. So I've never been a power forward or a center, right? I've always played point guard, or in football I was a quarterback, or I was the union president and all this stuff. So you understand, like with leadership, you got to bring everybody along, And so in order for our team to be good, it can't be the vets over here and the young guys over there. It takes a team. And so we all have our strengths. We all have our weaknesses. So I think one of my strengths has always been to at least try. I ain't always perfect, but I at least try to make sure I bring people together.
Hey, Chris. Ann Killian with the San Francisco Chronicle. My question is along those same lines. At the end of last season, when it ended the way they didn't want it to, and at the beginning of this season, there's been a lot of talk about chemistry and connectivity between the players. I'm wondering, as someone coming in from the outside, did it look wrong to you, the chemistry with this team? And
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, not to cut you off, but I don't listen to what nobody say on the outside or what it was supposed to be. I can only go by my experience.
Yeah.
So it ain't like I came in like searching for what's this, what's that. It's people. So I can never go by what was said, this, that, and the third.
Well, I'm like Steve said it, but I'm just wondering, is it something that you emphasize? Like, how do you do that as a leader? How do you bring people together?
I didn't know Steve said. You know what I'm saying? What I'm telling you is I can only go by my experience, and I think the biggest thing that's helped me with leadership over years is experience. right? So different situations that I've been in, they don't always go perfect, but I know I try. And the biggest thing that you can do with anybody is to spend time with them, real time with them. And so that's that.
Chris Paul, Monty Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area. Welcome to the Bay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Draymond was up here a minute ago, and he was basically saying that, people look at me from the outside, and they probably know, they look at me and think I'm an a-hole. We look at Chris, they think he an a-hole.
Right.
Do you think that having both you guys on this team in that role with that reputation can be, motivational or in any way an advantage against other teams?
We're going to find out. It's serious. Like, I've said this a number of places. The one person that I wish I would have got an opportunity to play with my entire career that I never did was Kevin Garnett, right? And that was because the first 3 times I played against KG, we both got double techs, right? Because we both played with the same intensity. And I never really played with, like, other than sort of Tyson and D. West, but I never really played with, like, big men that, like, protected your guards, you know what I mean? So I'm excited. Even though the way it's been for years or whatnot with Dre, I'm excited about being on the same team with him.
A few people have specifically mentioned Kuminga as a guy they think you can help. I'm just curious your thoughts on his game and his talent and where basketball wise you think you might be able to help him when you're in lineups with him.
JK can hoop, man. We done had some great moments and pick up and all that stuff, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm a hooper. Like, of course, I may be able to help JK, but everybody, you know what I mean, on the team, and I feel like those guys are going to be able to help me. So I'm going to tell you, I'm not like a guy who's coming in like, oh, this is just my focus. Like, I'm here to hoop and to play, and that's the way I am. That's the way I've always been, and that's not changing.
2 last questions. Chris, Anthony Flores up here with NBC Bay Area. On a much lighter note, what did it feel like today putting on that uniform? And as you guys build chemistry, did your teammates kind of give you some jokes about seeing you in that uniform for the first time?
Teammates, what? That's all I hear. You know what I'm saying? From the coaches to everybody. Q, one of the assistant coaches, every time I show up to practice or anything, he just pat me on the back and tell me how good this looks on me. But I remember the first day I came here, I took a picture of my locker in the uniform and the jersey, and I put it in my family group chat, and even in the group chat with all my homies and my friends, and they was like, "Oh, damn, that's gonna take some getting used to." So it's definitely been a process, but the coolest part about it has been hooping, right? Like basketball is for years, for a lifetime, just been a connector. You know what I mean? So once we get out on the court, that's the last thing that's on my mind or any of the guys' mind. So that's sort of like the safe haven.
Ron Bard, Sports Byline. I'm just wondering, I'm over here.
Oh, my bad. You got the phone in front of you, man.
I'm just wondering, the one thing always said about you is about your basketball intelligence. And I've often wondered, it's one thing to talk about it from the outside if you're watching a player, but how do you define that basketball intelligence label on you? What does that mean when people say that about you from your perspective?
Probably just mean I ain't that athletic. You know what I mean? I have to use that to get by. But no, it just, I love this game, right? I study this game a lot. I watch games all day, every day. And it's an art to it. It's a way I express myself. It's, like I said, sort of a safe haven. So I love to hoop. I love to play basketball. And, I think that basketball intelligence just comes from always watching and looking and learning. Like someone asked earlier, when you come to a new team or something like that, there's different plays or sets or whatnot. So always being able to learn.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Great. Thank you, Chris.
All right. Thank you.